T minus 0 seconds until the next video begins. That's right now. So here we are. Alright guys, I started doing these sort of daily WheezyNews things, saying that I was not going to do lists every time, but often I would. I ended up doing it, I think, every time I've done a list. And so today I'm going to try not to. The reason I have been doing them is because it really is nice. It helps me organize my thoughts, and especially when this is just a very conversational, sort of off-the-cuff sort of thing. If I don't have a guide of some kind, it could really go off the rails. But we're going to try it. We're going to do a little free association, because free association is good for creativity, and doing these videos is one of the main reasons I'm doing them, is to keep my mind going, keep my creative mind flowing, challenge myself. If I can get up every morning and do a video like this, that it jumpstarts, supercharges my brain. Speaking of chargers, this is a phone charger. Hey, it's on my desk. Free association. There's also those those like Dodge Chargers. It's like a big muscle car. I'm not a huge fan of muscle cars. I'm not a huge fan of cars in general. I just thought I'd let you know that. I drove a Toyota, a 91 Corolla for like 5 years, and I only bought it because I had to, because I got a job in the suburbs of Chicago, and I lived in Chicago, and I needed to drive there. And I bought it for super cheap, and I just ran it into the ground. The only reason we got a new car, China and I, got a Prius, because there were no airbags in the Corolla, and we were driving it longer and longer distances. If it was just me, I probably would have kept going. But I was a little worried about safety. And so we got the most gas-efficient, energy-efficient car we could. And in the long run, I think it was the right investment. So yeah, cars, muscle cars, I don't really care. I look at them and I see them as like a waste of money. I can understand why people would like them. I understand getting a thrill out of them. They're just not for me, all right? Muscles, on the other hand, very much for me. Check this out. Check out that muscle. You see that? I'm super muscly. I'm actually more muscly now than I think I've ever been in my whole life, which isn't a lot, but a little, because I'm actually exercising. A lot of you have been wondering about if I've been exercising, and I have. I'm still doing the 7-minute workout every day. I'm not going to a gym. I'm not doing like a full regimen. I'm not really hitting it hard. I don't want it to derail everything else I'm doing. I don't want to but doing the 7-minute workout every day has been just fine. And jogging, doing a lot of jogging. I was training there. I was upping my distances to go to do a marathon, another marathon. My goal is to do a marathon in under 4 hours. Last time, my first marathon was 5 hours and 20 minutes. That kind of derailed because when the band went on tour, I just couldn't jog. At that point in the schedule, I would have had to jog like 15 miles a day. Like in one of the days, I just couldn't keep that up. And then we moved, and now it's really hot here. But I am still jogging. I'm hitting the treadmill, mostly like 3-mile increments. Sometimes I'll get up to like 5 miles. Today I'm going to try to run a long one. But eventually I'll get back to a regular schedule once it cools down here a little bit, probably. I will do another marathon. I'm still watching my weight, watching how much I eat. I've been cutting out sugar. I've been cutting out refined sugar. I'm still eating fruit. And that's making me feel great. I feel like that and alcohol, cutting that out, and I feel like I'm sleeping so much better. Throughout the day, I'd get less tired. I still get a little bit of an afternoon slump, and I think that might be because, I could still sleep even more. I think I could improve my sleep game, and maybe caffeine. Maybe I need to cut that out too at some point. Coffee, cutting that out. I might try it anyway. At least stop being addicted to it. I want to cut out my addictions. Like I would have, I often have at least a few glasses of alcohol, just straight rubbing alcohol. No, a day, or more than I should. And sugar, I needed chocolate after a meal. Like, I needed it. Needed dessert. Ice cream. That's a daily ritual. And just random snacks. And I realized now that I'm cutting it out, my addiction to it is kind of just emotional and ritual based. It's like, well, I'm done with my meal. I gotta wash it down with some chocolate. Or, I just feel kind of down. I'm like tired, and I'm not that happy with the work I'm doing or something. I'll have some chocolate, and I realize now that that's when I start feeling like I need it, and it's not because like my body actually needs it, but now that I'm off of it, it's getting better. I stay full longer. Like when you get hungry. Before, when I got hungry, I realized often when I got hungry, it was because of sugar. It was a sugar plunge, sugar withdrawal. See, this is why I got to write these things down. A sugar withdrawal makes you hungry, makes you think you're hungry when really you just need sugar because you're crashing, or you think you need sugar, or you kind of do because you're kind of addicted to it. Anyway, I'm cutting that out, and that's feeling great. And let's see, what do we want to talk about now? Sugar, Suge Knight, sugar, oh, oh, honey, honey. Remember Oldies? Oldies were good. Oldies music. Is it good? Is Oldies like it's a broad term for music? Oldies, like music from, to me, music from the 70s and 60s and 50s. I guess to kids now, it's from like the 90s and the 80s, which is a weird thing to think about. But are they good? Most people enjoy a lot of oldies because they're classic. But are they just good because they're old? Do we just think they're good because we have distance from them and it represents a time rather than the song itself? You know what I mean? Like a song comes out right now and you're judging it for what it is and from the person singing it. But when you think of an oldie from like the 60s, you think of the entire decade. You don't think of the person or the people produce the song. Some people do. Music scholars do. People who pay attention to this kind of stuff do. But most people are like, no, it's an oldie. It makes me think of the 60s when I was on drugs or not born yet. You know what I'm saying? This is a random thought. Well, some of you don't want lists. Well, this is what you're going to get. Maybe. I mean, you don't need a list to make a video. You do need a solid topic. And this morning I didn't have a solid topic. Making a list helps me to focus my thoughts into a solid topic. And I like the exercise of challenging myself to come up with 10 things about something. I can usually get about 5, and then I have to force myself to do like 5 more. And that really gets the mind into thinky times. You know what else? I don't think I have anything else. Oh, let's talk about yesterday. Video went up on the main channel, Friends theme cover that I did with Andrew Wong. Andrew Wong made the music and did the backup singing. I made the video and did the front up singing, and I'm very proud of it. And it was in collaboration. Lots of people did different styles of the Friends theme. There's a ska, a metal, country. There are several. Punk. Hank Green did a punk one. Rob Scallon did several of them. I'm very proud of it. You want to go check that out on the main channel? Go check that out if you'd like. It's doing well. It's doing better than I expected. And I made it a while ago. I was just waiting for everyone else to get theirs done. I'm not going to name any names of anyone who I was waiting on. Hank Green. For those of you who don't live in the U.S. who weren't able to watch Algorithm, my web series on Go90, I put up the first episode on the main channel on WheezyWaiter, and the second episode is up on Facebook. Go90 put it up, and I shared it on my Facebook page if you want to watch the second episode. Eventually, I think the whole world will be able to watch all of it. I've got plans for, this is very early, I probably am not even supposed to be talking about this, but I have ideas for another series, possibly with some of the same people that I did the first series with, and I'm very excited about that. That could be coming up soon. This is what this channel, WheezyNews, originally was, by the way, or the idea was that it was going to be updates about my projects that I'm working on, and that's what this free association video became. Okay, I think we've got enough though. Okay, you can subscribe there if you'd like. Patreon page right there, which again I'm going to be updating soon. I am in the middle. Another thing I wanted to mention before we go: I'm in the middle of editing the documentary documenting my interdimensional travels on the main channel, WheezyWaiter, part 2 of Slanted Enchanted. That is taking a lot longer to edit than I expected. It should be done hopefully by tomorrow, up on Vessel, and then on Tuesday up on the main channel, Wheezy Waiter. That's my plan right now. That could change, but that's my plan. And that is all. Awkward smile. Let's put the Mitzi shirt up too. Why not? Oh, over there. Let's put it up over there. Thank you, China, for putting up the Mitzi shirt. She's still editing these. Isn't she doing a great job? I'll give her a round of applause in the comments.